You guys know what time it is. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Liz, and in today's video we are going to be doing my 2025 reading wrap up. Apologies in advance for my voice. I just got back from working a New Year's Eve murder mystery party and I was working for like 16 hours, so my voice is very tired. Just bear with me, sorry. The day that I'm actually filming this video is January 1st, so happy new year. It is officially 2026 and it feels so right for me to be talking and recapping my 2025 when it comes to the books that I read. Oh my gosh, my voice is gonna annoy me so bad. But you guys will be seeing this video about a week in to 2026 and I'm really excited to get to chat with you guys about what my 2025 looked like. I have lots of stats that I want to go over first with you guys, and then I'm going to go through each of the books that I read this year and I will give you a yes, no, maybe. I've done this in previous years just because I feel like it's the most efficient way for me to quickly whip through a bunch of titles at once. I've already done monthly wrap-ups for each of these books, so I feel like it would just be way too much, like overkill of me re-explaining things that I've already talked about in previous videos. So if you are interested in a specific title that I read, you can go back to that monthly wrap-up video. I will talk about how many books I read each month, what books I read that month. So if you want to go back in my channel and find, you know, like my April wrap-up, then you can see more in-depth thoughts and opinions about all of these books. Let's go ahead and get into my 2025 reading stats. One of the things I'm really excited about this year, especially in going into next year, is my reading journal that I had for 2025 had a page in the very back that says yearly wrap-up. Some of those stats, if you are curious, I read 127 books this year. I read 50,572 pages this year. My only reading goal that I had for this year was to read 100 books. That's usually my reading goal every year, how many books I want to get to, but really the number does not matter as long as you enjoyed the books that you read that year and had fun reading. That is what matters. At the beginning of the year, I did write down all of the books that were on my physical TBR because I like to keep track of what books I own going into the new year and try to prioritize that over books that are brand new and ones that I buy throughout the year. And I'm sad to say I did not do very well on this year's list. This was my list. I only read 25 out of all of these books that I owned at the beginning of the year, which is not great, but it's okay. The year before that, I did really well reading the books that were on my physical TBR, but clearly I'm not perfect. I love to buy new books, and that was definitely the case this past year. I am planning on doing this again this year because one of my new goals going into 2026 is to try to really minimize my physical TBR, because if you've watched my previous video where I went through all of the books on my physical TBR, it was pretty shocking. I really want to minimize that, hopefully by half. That's a very ambitious goal. I will be writing them all down though, and I love having something to check off. Hopefully we will have better results in 2026. The number of series that I finished 12 series, which is amazing. Already though, have so many more that I need to finish that are on my TBR. That is another thing that I will be prioritizing in 2026 is finishing series. The amount of physical books I read, 110. I did one digital like ebook, and then I did 16 audiobooks, which I never was an audiobook person. I used to only do like physical or ebooks. I did not expect to read 16 audiobooks this year, which I'm not mad about. I think that's really awesome. The longest book I read was Alchemized. The shortest book I read was actually a graphic novel called Extraordinary by V.E. Schwab. I gave out 7 5-star ratings. The most books I read in a month was 13, and I had 1 DNF this year. There's definitely been books that I've like started and soft DNF'd and said, now's not the time to read this book. So I don't really count that as DNFing because I do want to eventually read them. I just am a big mood reader and I have to be in the mood for them. So I don't want to do that to the book. I want to give it its time and its chance to eventually be read. I'm only going to say I had 1 DNF, and that was A Little Life. I tried, guys. I really did. I only got 80 pages in, but that was me trying. For my genre breakdowns, 54 fantasies, 29 romances, 13 literary fictions, 9 mystery thrillers, 6 young adult novels, 6 horror, 4 dystopians, 3 graphic novels, 2 sci-fi books, and 1 short story. I feel like this is something that I've been trying to work on, especially this year and last year. I want to branch out from fantasy, romance, and mystery thriller thrillers. I want to try other genres, see what I like, what I don't like, and just explore reading. I feel like there's just so many books to read and so many authors and different types of books and subgenres and everything. I can keep exploring that, and I'm trying to go outside of my comfort zone. So that's another thing I'm going to continue prioritizing in the upcoming year. So I'm really glad that I have a range of genres that I read this year. To me, that signals that like I actually did go outside of my comfort zone. So very, very happy with those stats. Very excited to continue to do that in 2026. Now, with those stats done, it is time to chat about the books that I read in 2025. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started talking about the books I read. So like I said, we're going to do a yes, no, or maybe for all the books. I'm going to hold them up. I will tell you what books I read in each month. So we're going to start out with January. I started off with Quicksilver. Yes. Beautiful Ugly. Maybe. The Favorites. Yes. The Shadows Between Us. Maybe. The Darkness Within Us. Yes. Good Boy. No. The Close-Up. No. Yellowface. Yes. Immortal Longings. Yes. Onyx Storm. Yes. Next, we're getting into the books I read in February. Stay. No. Vilest Things. Yes. Lessons in Chemistry. Yes. The Ministry of Time. Maybe. A 40-Year Kiss. Yes. Our Infinite Fates. Yes. Powerless. Yes. Beartown. Yes. Librarians of Lisbon. Yes. Viciously Yours. No. Extraordinary. Maybe. The Cat Who Saved Books. Yes. Love to Hate You. Yes. Now we are getting into March. First Time Caller. Yes. Deepened. Maybe. Scythe and Sparrow. Yes. Grave Empire. Maybe. Funny Story. Yes. Heavenbreaker. Yes. The Blanket Cats. Maybe. Wayward. Yes. The Beast We Bury. Maybe. Now we are getting into April. Wisteria. Yes. Love Unwritten. Yes. Rebel Witch. Yes. Sunrise on the Reaping. Yes. Great Big Beautiful Life. Yes. Staircase in the Woods. Yes. The Sirens. Yes. Out of Air. Maybe. Now we are getting into May. Pickup. Yes. Fear the Flames. Yes. The Guest. No. The Wild Huntress. Yes. Can't Spell Treason Without T. Maybe. Jilted. Yes. The Night and the Moth. Yes. The Wrong Heart. Maybe. So Happy Together. Maybe. Silver Elite. Yes. Anxious People. Yes. Now we are getting into June. The Poppy Fields. Maybe. A Study in Drowning. Yes. The Incandescent. Yes. Out of the Woods. Yes. None of This Is True. Yes. Battle of the Bookstores. Yes. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. Yes. Problematic Summer Romance. Yes. The Love Haters. Maybe. The Catch. No. Sounds Like Love. Yes. Now we are getting into July. How Can I Help You? No. A Monsoon Rising. Yes. His Face is the Sun. Yes. A Reign of Rose. Yes. Remarkably Bright Creatures. Yes. Fate of the Sun King. Yes. This Summer Will Be Different. Yes. Summer in the City. Yes. Under the Oak Tree, Volume 1. No. Under the Oak Tree, the novel. No. Tale of the Heart Queen. Yes. Breathe In, Bleed Out. Yes. Now we are getting into August. Horror Store. Yes. Murderland. Maybe. The Enchanted Greenhouse. Yes. Cold Wire. Yes. Miss Winter in the Library with a Knife. Yes. The Paradise Problem. Yes. The Summers Between Us. Maybe. Reckless. Yes. The Book Swap. Maybe. My Friends. Yes. Shield of Sparrows. Yes. Now we are getting into September. The Executioners 3. Yes. Island of Last Things. No. Wild Reverence. Yes. The Monster in the Last Blood Match. No. Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. Yes. The Naturals. Killer Instinct. All In. Bad Blood. Yes. A Dance of Lies. Yes. Now we are getting into October. Alchemized. Maybe. Masters of Death. No. Hot Hex Boyfriend? No. Slaying the Vampire Conqueror? Yes. This Monster of Mine? Yes. House Sapphire? Yes. Firebird? No. A Tempest of Tea and a Steeping of Blood? Yes. My Best Friend's Exorcism? Yes. Brief Milo Intermission? Now we are getting into November. Blood Over Brighthaven? Yes. The Resurrectionist? Yes. Baby Dragon Cafe? Maybe. Bottom of the Pyramid? Yes. The Marriage Act? Yes. Undead and Unwed? No. This Is How You Lose the Time War? Yes. The Merge? Yes. Daughter of No Worlds? Yes. And finally, we are getting into December. So these are books that I have not done a monthly wrap up for, but I really want to make sure you guys see what I ended the year with. And I will go ahead and put what my star rating is for each of these books as well, since I didn't do a monthly wrap up. Children of Fallen Gods? Yes. 4.25 stars. Mother of Death and Dawn? Yes. 4.5 stars. Catabasis? Yes. 3.5 stars. Vox? Yes. 3.75 stars. The Unmaking of June Farrow? Yes. 4.5 stars. To Cage a Wild Bird, yes, 3.75 stars. The Merry Matchmaker, yes, 3 stars. Good Spirits, yes, 3.5 stars. North for the Winter, yes, 4 stars. A Heart for Christmas, no, 1 star. The Push, maybe 4 stars. Fearless, yes, 4 stars. And Fearful, maybe 2.5 stars. And those are all the books that I read in 2025. It has been a really great year of reading. I loved majority of these books, and I'm really looking forward to 2026. I feel like it's going to be a really great year. I already have so many books that I'm excited to get to. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I do have a lot of really great goals that I would love to complete in 2026, so we'll see. I'm feeling a little ambitious going into the new year, so we shall see what 2026 has in store for us. I hope you guys enjoyed your 2025. I hope you had a lot of fun with the books that you read. I hope you found new genres, new authors, new books that you fell in love with. And I'm just so thankful that we have such a great bookish community, that we can celebrate reading together and the highs and the lows. And I'm just so thankful for each and every one of you. I hope you had a great 2025. I'm wishing you a happy 2026, and I'm sure that this will be the best reading year yet. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Please comment down below how your 2025 went. I would love to hear thoughts from you guys and how your year overall was. Yeah, comment what some of your 2026 reading goals are. I would love to hear how motivated we all now are going into a brand new year. Really excited to continue updating you guys and sharing this upcoming year with you guys. May 2026 be restful, relaxing, and just a lot of fun. Now I get to go put all these books back on my bookshelf. We're gonna get nice and organized in 2026. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.